During the tenure of Right Honorable Professor Aaron Michael Kui as Speaker of Parliament, a notable instance occurred when the New Patriotic Party notified the Speaker that the Member of Parliament for Formina, Honorable Andrews Asiema Amwako, was no longer a member of the party. The MPP requested that the seat be declared vacant in accordance with Article 97(1) of the Constitution, citing that the Member of Parliament had filed to contest the upcoming elections as an independent candidate, which violated the party's constitution. In response to this request and notification, Right Honorable Professor Aaron Michael Kui proceeded to declare the seat vacant. However, I must emphasize that this ruling made by the previous speaker does not bind other speakers, including myself. It is important to point out that in the present matter before the House, the notice of poll is available at the Electoral Commission on all the 275 constituencies. I have duly taken note
already. You know that what he's doing. Why is another already sitting in there? When we were told that the room opens at 8 o'clock, yes. He's already sitting in there. So they are the ones who are going to cause the fight.
Yes. So there. Chief, it is a hanwa or no cotton honeymoon.
Strongest indication say yes, we are very occupied. It's up to the speaker. Orderliness in the chamber and the presence of power.
The new speaker is coming. The new speaker. The new speaker is coming.
The tune, you know his house. I can direct you to the speaker's house or his official residence. The speaker set the stage. If anything, if there is any, should there be any chaos, we should blame it on the head of the Speaker of Parliament. Because after Supreme Court ruling, we know he'll be having meetings with the minority. The Speaker has been having meetings. That is what is emboldening them to come out and say all the things they are saying. And the knee-jerk reaction, the press conference they held on Sunday, it was all knee-jerk reaction after the Supreme Court has put where the situation should be. But surprisingly, I'm surprised. The Ghanaian people should know who the minority are. They're just giving forth their true colors. It is the same courts that ruled in favor of John Mahama some time back. And they were in white and celebrating. The same court, not necessarily Supreme Court, but the judiciary, they ruled in favor of Atufosin. They were in white jubilating. What is happening today? Are we saying that we can disrespect the ruling of a Supreme Court? Well, we wait and see. The Speaker himself is a respected lawyer and a very experienced legislator. We wait and see what he will do today.
So,
consequently, in view of the current circumstances, the fact that there is a question on the composition and constitution of Parliament, and having regard to the public interest and the exigencies of the state of affairs in Parliament, I will proceed to, in accordance with Standing Orders 59, adjourn the House indefinitely. That is sine die.
They are just finding it difficult to adjust themselves because they want the people to come. Even now, the two MPs, they said they have resigned from the parties. Those who are contesting independent, they said they have resigned from the party. So the whole thing is they have nothing to do about it. They only have to accept the defeat and come and sit at the minority side so that we can transact business.
It's so clear that when the numbers show after the ruling of Mr. Speaker that we are more than the MPP side, the good thing and advantage immediately that comes into mind is to go occupy that position, right, and take the needed advantage in ensuring that some of the low-hanging fruits, because His Excellency John Dramani Mahama promised repealing some taxes, you understand, and then one of which is the betting tax, and then what are the e-levies and all that. There are things that can be done even now.
When they give great authority to foolish people,
they do what?
Give great authority to foolish people.
They do what?
Give great authority to foolish people.
That's why when you are going, you must vote, and you must use conscience and conviction to vote. Because there are some people, they must never have authority. They must never have power. Because when they have power and authority, they destroy a country. They destroy. That's what is there. Look at it.
And low position to people of proven worth.
They do what?
Give low position.
Low positions to people who have what it takes to deliver. They won't give it to people who are qualified. I've seen people who have come from Europe, North America, Canada, with what it takes to move this country, and they will so frustrate them till they pack their things and say, Papa, I'm going back. And I say,
what is the difference between the ordinary thief and a political thief? Number one, the ordinary thief steals your money, your bag, your watch, and your jewelry, isn't it? But the political thief steals your future, your career, your education, your health, and your business. Number two, the hilarious part is that the ordinary thief will choose whom to rob. But you are the one who choose the political thief to rob you. Because we choose them. We vote them. We blindly say we are not blind. Who is deceiving who? The ridiculous part of the whole issue is that we will fight to defend and protect our belongings from the ordinary thief. Is it not? But we fight each other to defend and protect the political thief. Is that not what we do? Thugs will be fighting themselves to protect those that are stealing our career, stealing our job, stealing our health, stealing our success. What a shame.
If you reach a certain stage in life and there is nobody who can look you in the eye and tell you the truth, you are doomed. And that is where our country has gotten to. We need to rescue this country. Wallahi. And I feel very terrible as a Ghanaian at this time. This country is in serious trouble, ladies and gentlemen. We are in serious trouble. We need to rescue this country, ladies and gentlemen. The presidency has been so depraved, so muddied, so dirtied, that I tell you in all sincerity as a Ghanaian, that I feel terribly sad today as a Ghanaian, we need to rescue this country. Wallahi, inshallah.
Please don't cry.
We shall rescue our country.
Government is broke, government is broke. The people are spending billions to go inside the government that is broke. Have you ever seen a minister who resigned because government is broke before? Government has no money. Have you ever seen a governor who said, ladies and gentlemen, when I was elected, I thought the government had money. Now I discover government has no money, I resign. Have you ever seen it? Government has no money, but they are bringing money out at election time. Where is that money coming from? So they are lying. What is happening is that there are two types of wicked people in government. Type 1, they eat current money. Any money they find in government, they will eat it. They are wicked about that one. There is type 2. Type 2, they eat current money and future money. They will say, my term will end next year. When I leave, how will I eat money? Let me borrow money now and borrow money of the future and eat it now.
All right, a very good morning to you and you're welcome to the program. It is October 23, 2024, and we thank God for giving us yet another day to go through the issues of the country. Well, it's Wednesday after the Tuesday. And so what exactly happened in Parliament was interesting. We'll be looking into the issues, but for now, we'll go through the headlines And I start off with a daily graphic. It says, Springfield starts Afina Well appraisal. University of Ghana Business School lifts Business Sense Challenge Trophy. Parliament adjourns indefinitely. Government business suffers. MPP MPs to trigger recall. Daily Guide. Baumia Adaklo chiefs signed fresh deal. GAF refused military interference claims. 4 MPs brouhaha. Babing suspends parliament. Court frees 7 protesters. SNIT pays 3.7 billion Ghana cedis to pensioners. The New Crusading Guide. Standoff in parliament. Majority choose peace over NDC's chaos. Afenyo Markin leads MPP out of minority tension as Speaker adjourns House indefinitely. Judiciary ready to swiftly deal with election-related cases. GAF refused claims of deploying military to interfere with parliamentary proceedings. Alan has agricultural revolution plan for northern Ghana. Alhaji Boniface Sadiq. Come for your passports. Ministry of Foreign Affairs to applicants. The passports are ready. Please go for them. Firewood and charcoal. The silent killer in our kitchens. Reverend Miracle. The insight. Bruha over declaration of vacancies. Speaker dribbles feuding MPs. From Ernesto Che Guevara to Yaha Sinwo, the resistance continues. Being a leader in this country, Ghana's 8th parliament trick or treats. CD among 4 worst performing currencies in sub-Saharan Africa in 2024 World Bank. 2024 World Bank is saying that Alhaji Boniface leads Alan campaign in northern Ghana. The Informer. No one will survive chaos. Security Dawn warns MPs. Volta chiefs hail Baumia for decent campaign. Scuffle over vacant seats pushes Parliament Synod. The majority walked out to preserve Ghana's peace. Babing betrayed me, Afenyo Markin. And the top right corner says that in this issue, Alan Boy insults Asantis for supporting Baumia, describes them as cow meat. The Inquisitor. 2024 Stakeholder Forum, Get Fund makes huge gains between 2017 and September 2024. Senor Hosi, NPP is not arrogant. He is passionate. Sorry. Senor Hosi, Napo is not arrogant. He is passionate about his opinions. I think I read that yesterday. Speaker suspends Parliament over vacant seats controversy. Yoko honors former and current heads. Techman South in love with Martin Corsa. The top right corner says a green gold agenda unveiled, set to generate over $5 billion annually for Ghana. The Herald. Ex-Health Minister's 2024 re-election dodged by multi-million-dollar COVID-19 scandals. His wealth and properties questioned. Notorious Anodon Pre goes toothless again. Buses supporters into volatile parliamentary situation. Highlights of NDC MPP manifesto on infrastructure. How ECG short-changed energy sector and collapsed cash mechanism. XPRC board member. We developed Volta regime better than NDC, says Baumia. Ye partners with police. Okay, and it's actually rubbed off, so I can't see. Ye partners with police and Ghana Health Service for youth recruitment. The Daily Statesman. GAF military presence in Parliament was requested by Speaker. Foreign Ministry urges applicants to come for passports. $5 billion green gold agenda unveiled. Then the big one, NPP, is for Ghana's peace. Afenyo Markin reassures nation. NPP set for massive victory in Cape Coast South. The Ghanaian publisher, Afenyo Markin to trigger recall of parliament, reaffirms commitment to peace. AG defends constitutionality of MPs retaining seats. Ghana to back $5 billion from Green Gold annually. Election 2024, Adaklu residents better off with Baumia. Daily Post. We won't meet MPP with Bibles while they use guns. Hanabisu. Ghanaians hail hero Babing following suspension of parliament. The top right corner says Mahama pledges to fix Pon Katamanso Road. And that's it for the headlines this morning. We'll take a break. We'll be back shortly.
Hey guys, so I got this app. It's called Ayoba. It's a chat app that helps me with beauty tips and cooking tips. A super app that feeds me music and the latest sports content. I even use it for my studies. And the good news is I don't need to use my data bundle because I'm on MTN. Chale, the app just did be.
Ayoba, the all-in-one app that lets you chat, call, read, play, pay and listen. Use Ayoba at no data cost on MTN. Download Ayoba now.
Over 5 million children have benefited from free SHS. Protect free SHS. Vote Dr. Baumia #1 on the ballot.
Anti-cavity, gum protection, brighter teeth and fresh bread.
I'm a fair missy way.
The patch of Bantama.
Machasi.
It's her smile.
The fresh breath.
Me Judy said we used to Cal 360 toothpaste. Some kind. Cal 360 toothpaste.
That's Kia. Cal 360 toothpaste. It's a gum protector.
Onim jom kasan.
Kile Hossein. Cal 360 did the way. It's cool mint. Gives me fresh breath and your confidence booster.
You will see so feeling kika when you know Cal 360 toothpaste.
Happy smile.
Cal 360 toothpaste, anti-cavity, gum protection, brighter teeth and fresh breath. Cal, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
The 8th edition of the prestigious Ghana Energy Awards is here. It is happening live on Friday, 25th October at the Labadi Beach Hotel in Accra. Time 6:30 p.m. prompt. Theme: the role of local content in building Ghana's energy sector. Special guest of honor: Osabiri Makwesi Atta II, the Oman Hene Ogwa traditional area. For tickets and sponsorship, call 030-3940-300. Industry partners: media partners, Metro TV, Graphic News Plus. Validation by Forbes Mazars Ghana. Ghana Energy Awards. 8 years of redefining excellence.
Customer. Adana, who say?
Malaria been actually me, man. No more drama, still.
One of give us.
Give us a solid.
Yeah. Sorry. What rest of so give us here and don't down.
What's a good answer? But for me to give us the answer from the home.
Give us about me, sir.
If I try the answer from the home.
Customer. Give us a total now.
Onuya kayo oba wa fafuro nom de o ma no bonu fo nom akwada wa ni fie dumie no ono nso nom
apomode hunsem yemfen diagro enunti na se wonom ede papa nko a Exodus moringa capsules any Exodus dandelion capsules efi Exodus emusuanom na ebeboa wa pomode emu bia wo benya no betimi aboa nanso se woyi tu no a wo betimi andom abo Never bought papa. Sawonum Exodus Moringa capsules, the Exodus Dandelion capsules. A brought Mamu Jadi a Fusani you. Nothing, a boost immune system. Now quit Yawahodo. Meaning, yes, sir. Nipado nim the Moringa etimiye. Na Dandelion so, yenim. Enunti, nin kasabedri. And yen ma penfo. Ana bataya oma enifo. Ana abufra onya enfidumi. Exodus, if one dance it does.
Over 5 million children have benefited from free SHS. Protect free SHS. Vote Dr. Baumia, #1 on the ballot.
To all our believers,
to the Niger Gunners of Globe Road,
all you Artetas of Africa,
of Accra, of Maputo,
of Oimbo,
the legends of legends down Lusaka way. We hear you.
Now cure us. Obrigado. Dalu.
Betway, the official global betting partner of Arsenal.
Who are you? Who are you? Charlie, I'll be you from the future. Who doesn't sleep on that slice of bready poor mattress anymore? Don't some slippers then follow me.
It is part of the mattress we did it from there.
Yeah?
Happiness mattress where the dead for time.
Wait, what are you doing? Wow! No damage at all. Not only durable, but also super comfortable. Come on, try it.
Nothing day like Ash Foam. Enjoy full body support and unparalleled comfort for a restful sleep.
Don't forget your keys.
Get the premium sleep experience with mattresses from Ash Foam. Visit any of our showrooms nationwide or at ashfoam.com.
You're the answer to my prayers. You're with me everywhere. You're my angel, miracle. You're all I need tonight. Give me shelter from the rain. You breathe life in me again. You're my angel, miracle. You're all I need to know tonight.
I'm delighted to announce to you that Clifton Homes will be part of this year's Mikasa Home and Property Fair, happening live at the Movenpick Ambassadorial Hotel from the 2nd to the 3rd of November 2024 from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. each day. Get ready to explore the latest in real estate and exclusive insights into our properties. Join us for a day filled with inspiration and exciting opportunities at the Mikasa Home and Property Fair, happening live at the Movenpick Ambassadorial Hotel from the 2nd to 3rd November, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. each day. Visit cliftonghana.com to find out more about Clifton Homes. See you there.
Abraham Ojecheson. Mo from tuna mammy. Mammy from them, the Dupia, one of mammy, I tried the autumn. Papa sometimes miss the scampo so nippy. Macatama and a child so nippy. Teach them of Bobia Sana. If you grab pad and a native pampoyade in your beauty. When you are 4, I'm a singing penny. Until me will get a scene and I made you ready to me. Yeah, maybe I'll question my another may pay a day. Iti yawo from tinuma wakada akufado te free SHS nba na me rade me da wase ti musumo tuma ide na BSS na ma abotie mu school ti mo ba na sometimes professor say dey be school for you I am dey me bo sometimes musu da ma me rade ti afisu me be bo su me nya hwe me school ya just school fees simple My Gary sugar na mirror na the poor did a be at our school, like a table to school fees. I'm the Biamakadako father one bar, the obey president, and a dollar free success, not that Jimmy. None of me uncle Pod, no bad or both were here. You can't cut to walk, see, mamma, and chatted up a penny. While my hair saw ye were papa crying, there will be other man you so. Ye acquire see our school. Ye cash at the end day. Young good aim, my sitter. Your bocodna, yes, see our poor man.
Protect free SHS. Vote Dr. Baumia, #1 on the ballot.
All right, you're welcome back to the program. And let me just remind you that it's been an awesome journey with Momo from MTN. 15 years of ease, safety, and convenience. This is definitely worth celebrating. And MTN Momo is rewarding you with some amazing cash prizes. It's just to say thank you. So send your money to MTN Momo user or make payments to MTN Momo matrons at no cost whatsoever, only on MTN. So go on, download the Momo. My Momo on App Store or Play Store and enjoy this. Just Momo it everywhere you go. Terms and conditions obviously apply. Kel 360 toothpaste is also available on the market and it is recommended for the whole family. Remember that it is approved by the Food and Drugs Authority. Kel 360 toothpaste provides you and your family with an all-round dental protection throughout the day with freshness. And Kel 360 toothpaste is good for the kids, children, and adults as well. So let your family be proud when they step out by constantly using the Kel 360 toothpaste. It brightens your teeth, prevents cavity, and also with cool mint, it gives you fresh breath throughout the day and protects the gum from decaying. So for consistency and quality, please use Kel 360 toothpaste, a product from Samara Company Limited, producers of Sasso, and it's available on all markets, malls, and provision shops. Call them for bulk purchase on 02468647998. Kel 360 toothpaste, happy smile. All right, so let me just introduce a guest to you now. We have medical doctor for that matter, Dixon Aduma-Kokisi. He's Member of Parliament for Anyanso constituency. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
And welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome to the. Were you in Parliament yesterday?
Yes.
Oh, you were? I saw you dancing. Oh, I wish I had that video. Oh, man.
That's right.
Right. So, well, with the whole team and together with Dr. Dixon Aduma-Kokisi, we want to welcome back officially Kwesi Pratt Jr., who is, I was going to say he's a Member of Parliament. He's the managing editor for the Insight newspaper. Kwesi Pratt, very welcome back. How are you doing?
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like the cool. Anyway, I hope everything is fine.
Fine.
All right. You're welcome. A lot has happened in your absence. I'm sure you were following through.
Yeah.
Which one caught your attention the most?
Everything.
And then you have finished.
The whole show.
The whole show.
That usually happens in school when after plenty mathematics and explanation and algebra and all that, then the teacher asks class, do you understand? Then the smartest guy gets up and says, the whole show.
You know, first they will say no, sir.
No, sir.
And then the sir will ask, which part don't you understand? Then they will respond, the whole show.
And some will be clapping in their hands for it because, Charlie, the thing applies not just to that student. Many of the students don't sit up. Yeah.
So let's start the whole show in Parliament.
Yeah. In fact, let me, first of all, take this opportunity. I think many viewers have also not seen me for a while. To thank them for patronizing Metro TV. Many a times I meet people who claim they've seen me here. So I also have to thank them for watching. And you go far, really. You go far. Strange places that I see people who watch your program. So, and greetings to Doctor wherever he is today as well, Randy. But I think that Ghana's democracy has gone through the mill in this 8th Parliament, and I want to throw a challenge. Last time I did something here, but I now really want to throw a challenge to Ghana's political science and literature departments in this country to really do something and write on the 8th Parliament. Because, in fact, the experience has been second to nothing. And if Ghana's democracy certainly will continue to stand tall, this 8th Parliament has been remarkable in terms of all the things that you never would have imagined could happen, except for a few other unimaginable things that have not happened. But I'm hoping that the worst case scenarios with regards to Parliament will not happen. And many of us have committed, certainly not to repeat any fist fighting in Parliament ever again. So back to the...
Was it the first fighting or the second fighting we saw you trying to separate the two?
As far as I remember now, there's been no fighting. It was e-levy. It was e-levy, okay. It was e-levy. And in fact, I would almost plead, if they don't, eventually, I think someday I'll have to write on the 8th Parliament, bringing to bear many of the things that have happened that were, one, maybe not necessary, two, were quite tough and unimaginable that we will get to that situation. In fact, I don't think in the history of Ghana's annals has the Speaker of Parliament ever closed, a meeting within, let me say, a week and let's say a half. It's just unfathomable, and especially when we're nearing elections and end of even the whole 8th Parliament. So it beats my mind. But let me also say that it isn't the best. It really isn't the best.
Do you think it isn't the best?
I certainly am not happy that we've been literally sort of on the cliff. Almost everything and a lot of things we've done have been on the cliff, and we are trying or testing democracy on high speed.
That's where my
on high speed.
That's where my wonder is. Why you don't think is good?
It's not advisable that you are always on the brink. At least, maybe on occasion you tread there, then you recalibrate.
This is one of the occasions.
And I think that of all the things that occurred, Speaker's decision yesterday, I think, based on the tensions and the agitations, especially from his, party, let me put it that way, quite frankly, I think it's in the best interest of Ghana that he put a pause or a hold on us continuing. And I must commend him, as much as I'm not entirely happy with everything that the Speaker has done. I must commend him by virtue of his, concluding remarks, and quite smartly put that the House may have a quorum to, hold the meeting but not make decisions. And by virtue of that, he put us on hold, let me put it that way, until such a time when we maybe agree on who is still the majority, and then agree to be in the chamber appropriately seated, so that business of the country, of the nation, for the ordinary man and woman can be conducted. So these are my thoughts, and if we should start on the why we are here, my only thing is that I was really going to today question Dr. Randy on this thought that I have, that if the Ronaldos and the Messis of this world can commit to a club whilst they are in one club and play until their contract is over, what is the difference between that and a member of parliament who commits to one party and decides that in the next season or league he's going to be playing with a different party or go independent? I think that if within sports, and not just sports, I think within many contractual arrangements, the like of work, if you work for one bank and you are ending your contract, you are at liberty to sign on with another bank or another company. If I'm leaving Google to Microsoft and my Google contract ends January 7th, and I tell Google that Microsoft will hire me beyond January 7th, why would Google then sack me from work today? Because I've, told Google the truth that, when my contract with you ends, I'm going to another company. Unless that there's a caveat that when you work for Google, you have to wait 1 year before you can, if there was that caveat, then I agree. But invariably, I really think that based on the concept that I've just preferred, then in my childish mind, or in my mind as from a mathematical economic standpoint or agency standpoint, then I beg to differ in the sense that you'll be punishing somebody unless you're in a Kwekwanansi world. In a Kwekwanansi world, he beats his child for a car he hasn't bought. Because the child dreams about driving the car, he beats his child for a car he has not bought. And shall we judge people for their intentions to run on another ticket? Shall we beat them up for that reason? I think that is unfair and is unright. Supposing that in the 8th Parliament bus, you decide to do business differently for the 8th Parliament. That one, I agree per the rules of the House that it will be incongruous. It will put out of sync the arrangement we have for the 8th Parliament, in that administratively, per the 8th Parliament, there are 137 MPs on the NPP side, and 137 on the NDC side, and then there's one person who has decided to do business with the MPP. That is what we have, and that is lock in key. It's like the World Cup. Ghana presents the names of players for the World Cup, and you dare not change the names until the World Cup is over. If there's another World Cup, you are at liberty to change your captain and your defense and your line. You are at liberty to do that for the next World Cup, but not this World Cup that you've presented names. And if you decide to change your goalkeeper or your strikers, you go through a huge hassle.
It's interesting you're doing this, I don't know, linear comparisons, but is it the same?
Well,
in terms of football
from
and
a contractual standpoint.
Governance?
Well, so let's go to governance. And my village thinking is that I'm getting on a bus to Kumasi, okay, and I decide that I'm sitting on the driver's side, which is the, let's say, government, okay, and then I tell you that when I get to Kumasi, from Kumasi to Sunyani, that one, I'll prefer not to sit on either the maid side or the driver's side. I'll sit in the middle. Then you tell me that, Masa, for this reason, get off the bus. That is so unfair from a human rights perspective. And mind you, the rights of a member of parliament is the right to many people that they represent. So I would think that per these simple thought processes that I have, once a member of parliament is committed to January 7th, that I will do business for the party that brought me to parliament until January 7th, I will side with them, I'll commit to them by virtue of everything that we do up to January 7th. Then, beyond January 7th, I intend to do this or that. You cannot hold me liable today. And I think that people argue that, oh, there's precedents. Professor Michael Okwei did this. But there's also another school of thought. Precedents necessarily doesn't mean that it's binding. And I can cite the fact that when the world was moving, some scientists said it was moving round, and they were killed for that. So, when the sciences became so strong.
Would be right if they say this is politics of convenience?
Well, unfortunately,
yes.
I think that is, and I would stand anywhere in the world and make that statement that Professor Michael Okwei was wrong when he made that decision. And I think...
You're about the third person saying this on this platform.
No, I think that...
I mean, from the government side.
If I had money, in fact, trust me, I would support Formina MP to file a suit against Parliament for that action. I really think so. And because he was vacated in a very wrongful way. I mean, that is you know me, I'm a very...
Whatever is stopping you is because you don't have money.
You need money to
so
do these lawsuits.
Your only restriction.
If somebody would dole me out some good euros, I will file that suit. And I still think that even with regards to current Speaker's decision, the 4 members of Parliament really, truly have every right to take the Speaker on in court for, even the attempt to vacate them as of last Thursday and the damages that may have cost them. I mean, this is me thinking American here. And I really think that, you see, if the Formina MP had really taken Okwei to court, by now would have had some very good crafted legal basis for even not attempting to do this. And you see, that is why sometimes suits are very important, or taking cases to court are very important. Would have had some better opinions of the various Chief Justices, and that would have enriched today's discussion. And I think that even based on that...
What you're saying is the same I'm thinking about the current situation.
Yeah.
That it's a good thing because we have court issues now. We are now looking at how Parliament is going to handle it. It's really a test of the Constitution which we are fighting to amend.
Exactly.
But I think it's a good thing.
Absolutely. That's why we do autopsy in medicine, so that the future generations can benefit. So I'm all for it. And once it's moving a lot of legal minds to look at it, there'll be some solution. And eventually, yes, one tall area. So we are selling our illness in our constitution. And I hope that people in the diaspora who also have very deep knowledge about constitution can also, join the fray and bring their input by virtue of opinions. And I'm very happy and willing to read them and to push them to quarters that matter. So these are my thoughts about the happenings.
Let me come to basic rights.
Well, you see, some of our political leaders and actors, unfortunately, they make the application of logic too difficult and sometimes impossible. And you just simply wonder, first of all, whether they think or not, and then secondly, how they think. Let me start off by saying that Microsoft and all of those organizations which Honorable mentions, their operations are not guided by the Constitution of Ghana. So how Microsoft operates with regards to the movement of its staff and so on is not what determines how people retain their membership of parliament in Ghana or not. That is determined by a constitution that we, the people of Ghana, adopted for ourselves in 1992. So that comparison is neither here nor there. Now, if we go to the constitution, which provides us with the legal framework for the conduct of business in Parliament, it is so clear that even this clamor for interpretation by the Supreme Court and so on is absolutely nonsensical. Absolute nonsensical. Because the provisions are so clear, even babies can read these provisions and understand them.
Babies have read.
Well, there is historical evidence that some people started reading and are proficient at reading by the age of 3. So there's evidence to that effect. So even those babies, if they were to take this constitution and read it, they would understand and would not be calling for interpretation from anywhere. Now, hold on. This is Article 97 of the Constitution. And Article 97G states clearly that a member of parliament loses his or her seat if he leaves the party of which he was a member at the time of his election to parliament to join another party or seeks to remain in parliament as an independent member, or H, if he was elected a member of parliament as an independent candidate and joins a political party. Who needs interpretation for this? You must be a dunce, complete dunce, to need interpretation for this. This is clear language.
Yeah, but is this for the future or for now?
No, sir, I beg you. I beg you. This future and now, take it out. It doesn't apply. The language is so clear.
Let him finish and then I'll make my argument.
Okay. The language is so clear. Now, let's take the New Patriotic Party. You have enacted for yourself a constitution, okay, which says that anytime any member of parliament or any other member contests against your party candidate, that person automatically loses his or her membership of your party. So let's take the case of Cynthia Morrison. Cynthia Morrison is contesting against the candidate of your party. By virtue of your constitution, she automatically loses her membership. You don't have to make any proclamation. You don't have to go through any process. Just by filing against your candidate, she automatically loses her membership. Then, at the same time, you go to parliament arguing that she should represent the party which has removed her as a member. Where is the logic in this? And where is the sense in this? Why do you make the application of logic so difficult for yourselves and for everybody? Why do you discard the tenets of logic, common logic? It's unbelievable. Unbelievable that you can, in one breath, say that somebody's conduct is such that she or he can no longer be a member of your party. And if he or she can no longer be a member of your party, it implies that that person cannot represent your party. And then at the same vein, you go to parliament and say, that person that you say cannot represent your party should represent you in parliament. What is the sense in this?
That's the beauty of parliamentary.
This is not beauty. This is the ugliness of people who think that politics is illogical.
Are you just playing? You're just being dishonest.
No. My only. Clearly, I'll wait for him. I'll wait for him.
This illogic is the ugliness of a certain type of politics. I mean, I can't believe it. But it is happening. And it is happening by our representatives, some of our representatives in parliament. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. And then, you see, there is something else which is important. If you go to a parliament, we have written standing orders which divides parliament into majority and minority. So clearly, the standing orders did not envisage the kind of situation we have today, where the MPP side and the NDC side have the same numbers. Okay. So when we had this situation, what needed to be done was a reconfiguration of the standing orders, rewriting of the standing orders in order to reflect the current situation. Instead of doing that, somehow, the Speaker still wanted to maintain this regime of minority and majority and so on, and went into some kind of circus in order to determine a majority and a minority. That's where the problem starts from. Because in this parliament, there's no majority, there's no minority. Equal numbers. Now, the Femina MP somehow was made to join the new patriotic party group in order to give them majority.
The ruling government.
No problem. But if you look at the tenets of this constitution, its real meaning and so on, that action by the Speaker was wrong. Because if the Constitution says that if an independent member of Parliament begins to act for any party and so on, that person must lose his membership, it implies that no independent member of Parliament can become part of minority or majority group. But because of maybe a sheer laziness, the fact that we did not want to rewrite the standing orders, the fact that we did not want to deal with this new situation which confronted us and so on, we went through these processes and declared a majority side and a minority side. And that's what we are suffering from.
Wow.
Now, if you apply this constitution, stricto sensu, those 4 members of parliament cannot continue to hold themselves as members of parliament. Okay? And if they cannot continue to hold themselves as members of parliament, the numbers change in a significant way. The numbers change, and indeed the Speaker cannot be wrong. Now, the other thing which is important is that you hear people say that the Supreme Court actually, threw out the decision of the Speaker. It's not true. The Supreme Court simply said that we are charged with responsibility for interpreting the Constitution. We have not interpreted the Constitution yet. Okay? We are going to interpret the Constitution. Until such time that we have interpreted the Constitution, the Speaker cannot or must not enforce his decision to remove people from Parliament. So it is possible that in the final analysis, the Supreme Court will come to uphold the position of the Speaker. It is possible. In the realm of possibility, the Supreme Court can come and say the Speaker was right. Reaffirm the position of the Speaker. So all this is about the Supreme Court, invalidated the decision of the Speaker and so on. Where is it coming from? Yes, sir. Now, all of this that has happened, what is the effect? The effect is that parliamentary sittings remain suspended.
Unfortunately.
Well, if you like, but if it's unfortunate, who caused it? If it's unfortunate, who caused it? Okay? Now, that means that government business cannot be conducted. There are many aspects of government business which cannot be conducted. First of all, this government that is in love with seeking loans can no longer seek loans without parliamentary approval. Okay? That's one. Two, it cannot do any international transaction because Parliament is not sitting. So there are so many things that this government is stopped from doing. So by this decision, to indefinitely suspend the sittings of government has been disabled, substantially disabled. Okay? Who benefits from this? The people of Ghana suffer for it. Government is unable to carry out its duties and so on. Parliament itself is constrained in many aspects.
Yeah, economically.
So what have you guys done? What have you done? What have you done to yourselves, to your government, and to your country? I can't believe how you people are behaving in Parliament. Anyway.
So back to my...
And the worst part of it, the worst part of it is this jungle welfare attitude to parliamentary politics. The Speaker has taken a decision. We've gone to Parliament to secure an injunction. Parliament is reconvened.
You've gone to the Supreme Court.
Supreme Court, to secure an injunction of some sort. Parliament is reconvening. And then you mobilize your members to Parliament to go and do what? Those members you bash to Parliament, what were they supposed to do in Parliament? Those members that you deliberately spent resources to bash to Parliament House, what were they supposed to do there? To beat the Speaker up?
No.
Or to do what?
No, I think they came as observers.
How?
To observe what?
That's my thinking.
Did you see what was posted on your media outlets? No. That they should mass up in Parliament as part of some campaign effort, and they should bring their campaign equipment. What did that mean? I mean, look, you guys take this country for whatever. I must tell you that this democratic dispensation that we have came as a result of struggles. People died to get this constitutional order. It was not easy. People died in this country in order to achieve this constitutional order. People were imprisoned. They lost their liberty in order to achieve this constitutional order. Unfortunately, many of you who are misbehaving in the political space made no contribution to that struggle. And you are stamping on everything and misbehaving everywhere. The consequences of these irresponsible acts by these political actors and leaders may affect all of us, but will affect them more than they affect us.
Yes, so I think that we are saying the same thing largely, except for the fact that I'm of the opinion that the interpretation that the Supreme Court needs to add or bring to bear is the fact that does your status change simultaneously, and the status change apart, different? And what I mean by that is that if you are filing for the 9th Parliament, does your status change now because of your filing for the 9th Parliament? And the two questions...
That's the interpretation you're seeking from the Constitution.
I mean, I think this is what...
How about the interpretation from your party's Constitution?
Now, the thing is that if you are a club member and the club has rules, it doesn't necessarily apply to the national. So
this one applies to the national.
So
because MPP is a public organization.
Yes, but there are exceptions in our own constitution as the MPP, in that the MPP is the authority of its own. When NEC should meet, NEC can allow for certain things that are incongruous, let me say, for lack of a better word, to happen. And I can cite, for instance, in instances where I think that, somebody's party membership was brought to question when he was being considered for a position. So certain things are doable because of NEC or the council, which were not hitherto acceptable. So that's why I'm saying that within the NPP organization, these things that Uncle is talking about on our books and per our constitutions may not be acceptable, but then within the party, for the greater good of the party, these, let me say, 3 MPs may be allowed. And I can cite, for instance, in clear, plain language, that the Fomina Member of Parliament was not contested at his place because of a special arrangement by the party's NEC ruling, if you understand what I'm saying. So in Fomina, there's no MPP person. He went from an independent to, and that is impossible based on the constitution we have within the MPP, except for the fact that NEC has the authority to amend these things. So I want to draw,
But not having a rep in that constituency does not necessarily change his status as an independent candidate. Do you understand?
Well, the key thing here is that he couldn't have filed as MPP because in the past 4 years he's been independent, which I hope so an arrangement had to be agreed upon
to compensate him.
I'm saying that for NEC to agree, and make it official that he represents the party. So my key thing here is that, one, in the instance of Michael Quay, I must admit 100% that the party actually put in writing that the said individual was no longer a party member. Granted, he referenced some automaticities in terms of once you file against, I agree. But in this case, the party still is at liberty through NEC to proffer, let me say, a pardon, you understand? Which then would allow or effect the departure from the party as of January 7th. I mean, and that is within the bosom, not blossom, but within the bosom of the party to do that. So, in summary, my key thing is that if 3 weeks into the 8th Parliament,
but is that right?
That's the.
Then you decide that you would, within the bosom of maybe NEC, you decide that you make changes as and when to suit you.
Presidents have.
In the face of the Constitution.
Presidents have pardoned very serious criminals for very good reasons. I'm just citing that, people on death row or facing death penalty, a president has the, authority. And I'm just using that as an example, that even those who have been convicted, and I must say, in all fairness, I think that Donald Trump is campaigning very hard because literally, if he's not elected as president, I see him going to jail straight next year. I mean, that's what and that is the let me say the sophistication of the times we're in, because he's literally a convicted felon right now, and he's only hanging there because he's a presidential candidate, and they'll trigger anything only after the elections, which is 16 or so days to go. So my point here is that the law is there always, the Constitution is there always, but in some exigencies, things can be amended. And the key thing, back to my point here, is that if in the 3rd week of the 8th Parliament, any of our members had decided that for the 8th Parliament, I want to go independent, for the 8th Parliament, I want to run as a different party, then you vacate the person. Quayson's issue is a classic example where once the rules were set that he could no longer hold himself as a member of Parliament, he had to go through the mill again to come back. Yes, to come back to the 8th. So my question here, though I'm a baby and have read, the Constitution, I think that more clarity is needed on that key thing that, do you vacate for a future parliamentary arrangement or an intention to run as an independent? And Uncle Pratt, the key thing here is that are we tying the hands of members of Parliament to the extent that they are locked into one party for life? I've seen some Republicans then become Democrat and some Democrats then become Republicans. It happens. So how does that happen? How does that happen? So I really think that, one, for the liberty of members of Parliament and the freedom to be able to associate at any point in time, in the future to another organization or party or independent, I think that if it's an intention for the 9th Parliament, it should not apply to the 8th. But that is what I'm hoping that.
So I want to read.
Can I just?
Just before you come in, I want to read this article again, right? 97. A member of Parliament shall. Underline the word shall. Anytime the Constitution mentions shall, you know it shall. Vacate his seat in Parliament. And I think we're not taking a good look at that. In Parliament, shall vacate his seat in Parliament. It means the Constitution is looking at you in Parliament. At the time you are in Parliament, you shall vacate your seat.
I'm listening.
Right? So in Parliament, you shall vacate your seat if he, and let me put you there, or if he leaves the party of which he was a member at the time of his election to Parliament to join another party, or seeks to remain in Parliament as an independent candidate, or H, if he is elected a member of Parliament as an independent candidate and joins a political party.
So put 8th Parliament there. If you put 8th Parliament.
I should put it where?
In Parliament.
So in Parliament.
In the 8th Parliament.
In the 8th Parliament that you're in today.
Yes.
Why should you put 8th there?
No, that is
not in the Constitution. Why
no, that's where
maybe you're just trying to read the logic in there.
That is what my question is.
It is not there. 8th Parliament is not there. It says Parliament. Finish. Why do you want to put 8th Parliament?
No, because that's what I'm saying, that the 8th Parliament.
The Constitution is considering the Parliament that you're in at the time.
So if at the time I'm seeking to do business differently, then I have to vacate.
Yes.
And then come back, but when I have an intention in the 9th Parliament, and you are crucifying me today, that's why I'm saying that it's a Kukwanansi situation where he beats his son for a car he hasn't bought. And the boy has dreamt he's driving his car, and that is why I want to be a novice. I want to be so juvenile. I want to be so childish and plead with you that, we're going for a conference. We get to Beijing and we're all seated in a conference, and I'm supposed to be on seat 12. And then for this conference, seat 12 is ascribed all kinds of benefits for seat 12. Once I get there and I'm in seat 12, then something enters me and I said, no, you know what? I feel like I'm Albanian, so I want to be in the Albanian seat. What they'll do is they'll vacate me, and I have to go and do all I need to do to come back as an Albanian for the Beijing meeting.
What would be the significance of this article if the interpretation you're seeking to put on?
One NDC member, I believe, made a mistake and said he was. That's how Husseini, Inusa Husseini came to Parliament, because when he decided to do business with MPP, he thought that it was just the crossover and that was it. No, it cost him his seat, and then a rerun of election was done for that particular Parliament, because the configuration for the 8th Parliament and the 7th Parliament and the 6th Parliament and the 5th are all different.
Okay. Okay.
Please. Honorable, you are not a baby. You are not a child.
I want to be.
You are not juvenile.
I want to be.
All the things you ascribe to yourself in order to justify your positions are invalid. You are an adult member of Parliament. You are a medical officer, qualified medical officer. That's what you are.
Agreed.
Because you know that your arguments are weak. You sit here and then you say, oh, I want to be an adult. I'm a villager. You are not. What you are is a full-blown member of Parliament, a medical doctor by profession,
Agreed.
And an adult. That's what you are.
Thanks for reminding me.
You need to be reminded. And it's within that vein that we are making contributions to the discussions that we are having.
Agreed.
Now, don't you see the absurdity of your argument? Just imagine that today, somebody is arguing very, very strongly that Hobson Adoye is still a member of the NPP and can represent the NPP, what will be your reaction? And the only way you're going to react is on the basis of your party constitution, the provisions which say that once you join another party or stand on the ticket of another party, you can no longer hold allegiance to NPP and you cannot speak for NPP. Plain. Unless today you can argue that Alan Chemartin can still regard himself as a member of the New Patriotic Party and can represent the New Patriotic Party.
Before brought Indom, before did a lot of...
Indom never became a member of the New Patriotic Party.
No, I'm just, you know...
Indom became a part of Kufuor's government as a result of an alliance which was built with Indom's party.
And Nana also brought, you know, is it CPP to become an ambassador for, is it Dubai? Who's that?
The chairman of the NPP.
PNC. He didn't join NPP.
Yes, but I'm just saying.
Didn't join
Ramadan, yeah. So I'm just saying that, you know,
he didn't denounce his party.
Yes. So I'm just saying that you can hold these thoughts together. Okay, or let's look at a board meeting, okay? A board meeting, a current board meeting.
Which board meeting?
I'm just saying, any current board meeting. Where we've come...
Of Google.
No. But you see...
Or Barcelona.
Shall we use the club situation? I mean, the thing is that...
clubs are not governed by this 1992 constitution. Barcelona is not governed by the 1992
But the thing is that we mirror a lot of things in the world.
But we don't mirror football management.
Well...
Football management.
No, I'm saying that... So how can you literally vacate these seats when they have intentions for the future? That is my question. An intention that might not even pan through. You know...
You are not talking about intentions for the future. Cynthia Morrison is campaigning against an NPP candidate in her constituency. Today, not tomorrow.
But she's still in love with the NPP.
No, when she goes to the constituency, she's telling the people in the constituency not to vote for NPP, but to vote for her. It's not a future matter. It's a matter that is happening
But
now.
she's committed that all her business now, for the 8th Parliament, should be done for the NPP.
But why did she make
That's the reason why it's
why did she make that commitment?
No, she's not, you know, that commitment is there.
Where is that commitment?
Commitment of what?
That
of doing
up
business
to
with the
up
party.
to the 7th of January,
her
business with the party still holds.
Massa,
I mean, that is how I am seeing it.
Massa, I beg you. Where is that commitment?
No, I mean, once you sat on the 8th Parliament
As a member of Parliament representing the MPP.
Yes. Once you do that, so as it stands now,
that's where the commitment is.
That's my point.
What commitment?
She's still holding her position as MP for the party.
Yeah.
How is that a commitment?
Oh, how is that not a commitment?
The contract ends on the 7th.
Why?
Or in fact the 6th. 12 midnight on the 6th of January.
And Honorable himself made that point. People move from party to party because they disagree with the party. They may start off agreeing with the party. They may start off being loyal to the party. They change. You made that point very strongly.
Yeah.
You understand? So the fact of being a member of Parliament does not commit her to your principles, does not commit her to your ideology, does not commit her to anything NPP. She has actually gone to the Electoral Commission and signed papers that she's going to contest against the NPP.
So the Electoral Commission should communicate to Parliament.
You haven't seen the notice of pool. The notice of pool is a public document.
You know, but
it's out.
My thing is that because of how business has been done in the past, from to make the thing weighty, is almost like the speaker just inquiring from EC that are these members so and so. I mean, I'm just.
It's not good enough notification for you.
No, I'm just saying that because for instance, if something,
only the speaker has the power to declare a vacancy in Parliament.
Agreed.
Nobody else.
Based on evidence
notice of pool is
and heavy. I'm just enriching his evidence. I think a notice.
I think you're just being deliberately.
Difficult.
No.
Cautious.
I don't want to use the word.
No,
cautious.
I want to bring the word a little down, but
the Honourable Member of Parliament
intellectually dishonest.
No, he does something which is admirable. But let's keep it at that level. I mean, in spite of all the pain he has had to go through, he himself has suffered a lot in his party. Unless you're going to deny it.
I won't deny it.
Cynthia Morrison.
I won't deny it.
He has suffered a lot.
I won't deny it.
Under normal circumstances, one would have expected him to do what Cynthia Morrison and others have. Under normal circumstances.
I believe that
he hasn't done that, perhaps because of his extreme loyalty to the party, because of his faith in the principles in the party and so on.
The ideals.
That's admirable. Honorable, no doubt that's admirable. But please, don't do what you're doing in the studio today. Because what you're doing in the studio today would not help you now and for the future. People are watching you. And you actually think that this is how you think.
No, listen.
They don't know you as much as I do.
I understand.
So the people who are watching you, they will believe that this is how you think.
My hope is to expand the other side of the story. I mean, if you're doing if you're a defense lawyer, you do it to the utmost, of your ability. And in this case, I think that the Constitution has not been very explicit. There's nothing wrong with begging for explicitity. And so for instance,
Master,
if they had added,
this Constitution is so explicit, nothing can be more explicit than this Constitution.
If they had added for the particular,
can I read it to you again?
For me, as explicit to others as it is to you.
Yeah. No,
and they have every right. They have every right to claim that.
I'm saying that you must be a dance.
Well,
if you claim that what is written here is not explicit,
then some are.
You have a problem. How can you say that you have any doubts about this provision? If he leaves the party of which he was a member at the time of his election to parliament to join another party, or seeks to remain in parliament as an independent member,
remain in the 8th parliament. Seeks to remain in the 8th parliament.
As an independent member.
Seeks to remain in the 8th parliament.
I've already told you.
There's no 8th there.
That there's no.
That is what I'm seeking that the court
but the Constitution is
clarify.
The court cannot rewrite this Constitution.
No. They should clarify that. Is it for the particular parliament that you are in or the future? That's all. That's all I'm asking.
This is so clear.
For you.
So very clear. You understand? If you went to a kindergarten, and I mean it, if you went to a kindergarten and said this to the children in the kindergarten, they would understand. There would be no doubt at all about his interpretation.
Kindergarten in Ghana or kindergarten?
Kindergarten
education
everywhere.
in Karaga.
In Apam.
The Dean of Parliament, press call, Simon, says that, good morning, Annie. The Sohom MP, via a telephone interview with Onia FM, just said he was removed from the MPP majority caucus when he filed to contest as an independent parliamentary candidate. So it is clear that the MPP caucus do not recognize him again as a member of the party. In view of the MP statement, Speaker Babin continued to be right in his decision to declare the seats vacant. And he serves me with a notice of poll, which has obviously gone viral. Helga says that, honestly, I'm beyond disappointment. I think in the submission of the medical doctor, I think he's simply being disingenuous, period. Well, maybe he's being careful. Why are we talking about 9th Parliament? This is for Makogan. Why are we talking about 9th Parliament? What shows that the independent candidates are going to win? Secondly, all former general secretaries are automatic members of the NPP Council. What will they allow Nana Ohinintone to sit in council meeting today? It's a question. Chumbafo says, Nana Bia. Chumbafo, this one is a personal message. I can't read. You know, I don't like reading personal messages.
What is personal about the message?
Oh, it's about me. I don't think that.
But you're on the show.
Oh, the public know what it sees. Uncle C. Please, I'm not going to read the message. If you like, I'll forward it to you. No, I won't forward it to you. I'll forward it to you after the show.
So is it the spirit of the message or the letters that is the problem?
Let both.
Both.
You In fact, both. Prince Eric Vodia says that Ananda Akufo-Addo is trying to use the current Supreme Court to write new constitution that will favor himself and the MPP. The hypocrisy of the MPP rep is very legendary and surprising. The future is pregnant. Doc, a lot of people are surprised at you.
Oh.
You have followers, especially on this platform. Papa Inamran here says that I pray the MPP minority walkout should remain till 2025 when President Mahama takes over and they're not doing nothing to benefit us, only borrowing. Kwai say, but Mark from USA also says that, Annie, good morning. I do not agree with Uncle C. Pratt's interpretation of the Article 97 1G, and I'm not a dunce. So even if the Supreme Court agrees with his interpretation, it still doesn't make me a dunce. We all have our opinions on issues. The fact that parliamentarians are misbehaving on the issue is simple as Article 97 1G doesn't make them dunce or dunces. He's still an uncle. The Supreme Court recognizes difference in opinions as inherent to democratic governance, judicial decision-making, and human nature. Key perspectives. 1, diversity of thought. Difference in opinions. Opinion reflects varied experiences, perspective, and interpretations, enriching judicial deliberations. 2, constitutional framework. The Constitution ensures freedom of expression, protection diverse viewpoints within lawful bounds. Tafa says that, I pray, okay, I've read this one. Ambassador Sampiale, good morning, Annie. The MPP NEC or council were created by the Constitution. Therefore, they cannot use the creation to subvert some constitution which was created to them. And the MPP Constitution, like all constitutions, is supreme. The Constitution is clear that any party member who campaigns against the party's interests automatically becomes a non-member, and no amount of convenient arguments can change the MPP Constitution. No, Honorable Adomako, always be who you are, a man of conviction, and not a man of convenience, right?
Annie, this issue about being a dance and so on, you see what I'm holding?
Good morning.
I'm holding a cup. Okay. Now, we are all entitled to different opinions.
Correct.
Okay. We are all entitled to, we have a right of interpretation of the Constitution and so on. I'm holding a cup in my hand. If somebody were to turn up right now and to say that what I'm holding is a bazooka, in spite of the fact that the person has a right of interpretation, right of perception, and so on, all of us will question the person's sanity.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's the same as the interpretation of the Constitution.
Of course, yes. It's the same as everything.
This is a writing. Apart from it being English language, its technicalities and everything, everybody will want to put.
And I'm saying that what is in the Constitution is so clear and explicit that it doesn't even call for interpretation. In much the same way that this being a cup cannot be in doubt.
I think
this being a cup can only be in doubt.
So in addition, to strengthen your case, I think that there should be effective dates maybe after filing or something of that sort, so that if it is 90 days after filing or 30 days or 60 days, I'm just being administrative, then it'll be very clear that once you file to go with a different party, in 60 days, will be affected that you are no more. You know, I mean, I'm just saying that.
Why can it not take effect after the release of the notice of?
I mean, I'm just saying that clarity in addition will make it fantastic.
So you're suggesting an amendment?
So I mean, you know, that when you file with another party, if it's effective the same date, it should be made clear. That's all.
But it's clear. Can I read it again? It's very clear. It says that if he leaves the party of which he was a member at the time of his election to Parliament to join another party, or seeks to remain in Parliament as an independent member, or if he's elected a member of Parliament as an independent candidate and joins a political party, the effective time is when you leave. Finish. It's clear. This thing is so clear. I don't see how
the ambiguity can be reduced with further clarity. There's
no ambiguity. There is no ambiguity. That's the point I'm making.
You know, in Speaker's submission, he even still added the fact that there's that other school of thought. So it's always important to appreciate.
Master, what submission by the Speaker?
Oh, he said that some people thought, were questioning the fact that the issues about the 9th Parliament and why must it be applied to the 8th. So, I mean, it's important that...
I didn't hear that from the Speaker.
It's important that...
I actually heard that from Professor Michael Quay,
okay,
who said that as far as he was concerned, the provisions in the Constitution were so clear that it applies immediately.
Yeah, so I think that that clarity is important. That's all. It doesn't spoil anything to be more clear.
So, okay, I have
and I'm hoping that within
ruling, but
a few days the justices will add their opinion and we'll all follow.
After you have triggered Parliament's recall.
No, I mean the recall the recall can only be effected when and if I'm sure the Speaker has heard from the Supreme Court with regards to either staying or with regards to being very clear that those seats are vacant.
Uncle Spiras is wondering if that's possible to trigger the recall.
No, there's a member of Parliament here. He should be telling us how you can trigger.
It is.
Hold on.
Let me say that the leader, Afinyo Markin, will set the ball rolling, but it is in the bosom or it really rests with the Speaker. And if the Speaker says no, then we need a certain number of members of Parliament
to support, like you did the other time,
to make it happen. And that will still,
what is the number
I think, 2/3.
And you think it's possible?
Which
is stop dreaming.
No. I'm just saying this is the scenario. But I believe that the Speaker will be very willing to recall should the Supreme Court come with clarity that the seats certainly are vacated. And then the question of who's majority, who's minority is out of the door, and then we'll go back and we sit where we've been configured to sit, and we move on with order of business. But let me also add that if truly those seats become vacant and we have minimal numbers, then any of the work we intend to do really will fall flat. I don't see how the NDC will, in a way, agree to any of the things that we intend to do. So literally, the end game might be we just go home and campaign and reconstitute for the next Parliament.
So Obama has sent an interesting message. He says that, but was the Suhum MP expecting to be left on the WhatsApp platform after making his diabolic intentions known? His removal from the Majority Caucus WhatsApp platform was and is a step in the right direction. We can't allow snitches on our platform.
But they can allow snitches to represent them in Parliament.
Yes.
I think that sometimes party operatives do not appreciate the challenges, and in fact, let me also add that even the idea of a WhatsApp platform is not even in any recognized legal body. So it is an unofficial grouping, and not necessarily parties grouping. So I won't go too much into that, but I think that it was also to protect the integrity of the platform and to allow for members to talk freely and not maybe disrespect the decisions of Cynthia Morrison and the others. So it's really about that once they had decided to dissociate or disengage, we allow them to disengage.
Okay. So under the new standing orders, Honorable Eugene Boanchenchi, he says you need 42 MPs under the new standing orders.
To recall.
To recall.
Okay.
To recall Parliament under the new standing orders. Okay, we have the news.
I'll say hello to Eugene. That means he's watching.
Yes. Is he your friend?
But Eugene,
yeah, he's a British man.
He's a friend of this program.
Yeah, I call him. I call Eugene a British man.
But I want to know.
But he's Mappa too.
An active participant on this program. I don't know why he's not coming anymore.
We need to organize one for him. Soon. He speaks his mind.
I particularly asked if he's your friend.
Oh yeah.
Because of something I'm thinking, which I won't make it public. But is he your friend?
Eugene is, a good friend.
Your close friend.
A good friend.
Okay.
He's Mappa and British at the same time. In fact, let me add that.
So he says my regards to Kwesi.
Yeah.
Eugene is the boss.
Yes.
He's always been the boss.
And let me add that he's an astute consumer of British parliamentary proceedings. And he actually brings a lot of what happens in the UK to our platform for us to know, how the Labour Party is doing or not and all of that. So, it's been fun watching and listening and learning some of the posts that he makes. Yeah. So, Eugene, keep it up.
Okay. So, someone actually says that, Doctor, playing for a football team and hoping to join another football team in the next season is not comparable to what's happening in Parliament, because you cannot use your intentions to affect your future team. In fact, you have to play well, so your future team will be convinced that they have to come for you. In this case, you can actually do them in by going independent, so your comparison doesn't set.
No, maybe they're not appreciating. The thing is that you're always on a club and you sign up with a different club for the future. It's like that.
Okay.
And
so we'll take a break and come back. Cynthia Morrison released a statement, and she was also speaking to various media platforms. In fact, a report from a credible source, supposedly maybe a media house that should have all the information from the party in government, sort of misled almost all of us. And then we all went into believing that she's gone independent. Sorry, she has withdrawn from her independent candidature. We'll be back shortly.
Hey guys, so I got this app. It's called Ayoba. It's a chat app that helps me with beauty tips and cooking tips. A super app that feeds me music and the latest sports content. I even use it for my studies. And the good news is, I don't need to use my data bundle because I'm on MTN. Charlie, the app just did be.
Ayoba, the all-in-one app that lets you chat, call, read, play, pay and listen. Use Ayoba at no data cost on MTN. Download Ayoba now.
Abraham Ojecheson, what from Tuna Mammy? Mammy from me, the Dupia, one of mammy, I saw in the autumn. Papa sometimes in this is composed so nippy. Macatama to me, so nippy. Teach them of Bobia Sana. If you grab pad and an eight pound per day in your beauty. Money animal for I'm a singing penny. Until me will get a scene and I made you ready to me. Yeah, maybe I could say you man, I may pay a day. Until you were from Tinuma Okada, I could father to free as a chess and back. Namely, ride the Medawas. To Musumo to my death, my best says, no matter what school. To my back. Now, sometimes the professor I did the school, but I am a dick. Maybe sometimes most of the mamma ready tea. I feel so maybe able to me, I should move school. You just go for simple. My Gary sugar na mirror na di put your day when you be at Albert school. Knock a table to school fee circle. I'm the Biamakada father one bar there, obey president and a dollar free success, not agility. None of me I could order no bad or both were hand. Yeah, you be cut to walk, seeing my manager at up a penny. While my hair saw, yeah, papa crying, and there will be out of my new so. Yeah, your quiet see school. ya cash the day, young good ma sitter, your bocona, yes, ya boa.
Protect free SHS. Vote Dr. Baumia #1 on the ballot.
Experience the enhanced protection of Star Motor Third Party Extra from Star Assurance, an enhanced motor third party insurance policy that provides cover for loss or damage to your vehicle's windscreens, side mirrors, back glass, and other glass components. Whether it's a crack or major damage, you can drive with the assurance that your vehicle is well protected. Our commitment to you includes affordable coverage options and a claims process that is both fast and straightforward, so you spend less time dealing with paperwork and more time on the road. Also, we have proudly partnered with Hope for Little Lives, an organization dedicated to supporting children in need. By choosing Star Motor Third Party Extra, you're protecting your vehicle and making a positive impact. Every policy you buy helps bring joy and support to children in underserved communities. Reach out to us now on our toll-free numbers 0800-177-177 or 0302-245-906 to sign up. Let us help you drive with peace of mind and purpose. Star Motor Third Party Extra. Drive with confidence, give back with heart.
Star Assurance, your solid partner.
To all our believers,
To the Niger Gunners of Global Road,
all you Artetas of Africa,
of Accra, of Maputo,
of Oimbo,
the legends of legends down Lusaka way. We hear you.
Now curious. Obrigado. Galo.
Betway, the official global betting partner of Arsenal.
Using Coa Mixture, Coa Plus Mixture, and Coa MT Mixture, brought to you by Coa Research and Manufacturing Limited Company, proudly made in Ghana. Formulated to support your general well-being. For those seeking immune system support, there is Coa Plus Mixture. Support your body's defenses and stay strong. When it comes to combating malaria, Coa MT Mixture will aid your treatments. For effective relief from malaria symptoms, try Coa MT Mixture. Coa Mixture, Coa Plus Mixture, and Coa MT Mixture are not recommended for pregnant women, lactating mothers, and children under 12 years. Always take a malaria test before using Coa MT Mixture. Choose Coa Mixture, Coa Plus Mixture, and Coa MT Mixture for your health needs. Available now at pharmacies nationwide. For bulk purchases, contact 0244-726611 or 0591-565-778. This advert is
Anti-cavity, gum protection, brighter teeth, and fresh breath.
I'm a fair missy way.
Prepare bantama.
Matias.
Her smile,
The fresh breath.
Me, Jidisa, we use Cal 360 toothpaste. Semikai, Cal 360 toothpaste.
Yes, Kia. Cal 360 toothpaste. It's a gum protector. Onim jom kasa.
Kile Hossein. Cal 360 did the one. It's cool mint. Gives me fresh breath and your confidence booster.
You will see so feeling to when you know Cal 360 toothpaste.
Happy smile.
Cal 360 toothpaste, anti-cavity, gum protection, brighter teeth, and fresh breath. Cal, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
The 8th edition of the prestigious Ghana Energy Awards is here. It is happening live on Friday, 25th October at the Labadi Beach Hotel in Accra. Time 6:30 p.m. prompt. Theme: the role of local content in building Ghana's energy sector. Special guest of honor: Osabiri Makwesi Atta II, the Oman Hene Ogwa traditional area. For tickets and sponsorship, call 030-3940-300. Industry partners: media partners, Metro TV, Graphic News Plus, validation by Forbes Mosaic Ghana. Ghana Energy Awards, 8 years of redefining excellence.
Over 5 million children have benefited from free SHS. Protect free SHS. Vote Dr. Baumia #1 on the ballot.
Welcome to Rehoboth Havens, a tranquil oasis in the serene surroundings of Aye Mensa Danfa. Discover Sand Bay, our 3-bedroom homes that redefine comfort and affordability, along with cozy 2-bedroom options that make you feel right at home. Designed with your family's safety, comfort, and convenience in mind, these homes offer a blend of luxury and practicality. Imagine living in a space where every corner feels like home. Your dream home is closer than you think. Experience the perfect balance of serenity and city life at Aye Mensa Danfa. Ready to make your housing dream a reality? Visit us today at 145 North Legon, Accra, or call us at +233 553 751 933 or +233 206 823 524. For our UK clients, you can reach us on +44 190 853 3149 or +44 791 737 6631. Visit www.rehobothsocialhousing.com to learn more. Rehoboth Social Housing, where your housing dream become a reality.
While you're done for the day, someone is planning to start theirs. At every given second in the dead of night, an uninvited guest could turn all your hard work into a nightmare. But with Response 1's BizGuide monitored alarm, help is already on the way. Our state-of-the-art video verification means the moment your security is breached, we are watching, verifying the threat instantly. Our dedicated response team acts swiftly, ensuring that threats to your livelihood are stopped in their tracks. And with our rent-to-own plan, this unparalleled security is yours with an affordable monthly payment. Protect your business now. Pay as you earn. Join the hundreds of shop owners who trust Response 1 to protect their businesses. Don't wait for the worst to happen. Act now. Call Response 1 today or visit our website. Your business deserves the best defense.
Charlie, these MVP guys, then finish us.
Mo, why they lament like that?
Mauli, you know they Ghana. The MPP tell we say that they can't protect the public purse. The purse safe, then TIFA, how to protect the purse. Corruption, left, right, front, center. I've not seen some before.
This matter you won't talk for him. It turned one day one corruption scandal. PDS, Ejapa, Skytrain, COVID, stolen excavators. God save then take do them. See the National Cathedral. If you go, you for collect all one money from them.
Boys, boil up. You guys for cool down. See, we go recover all our stolen funds when John Mahama comes to power.
In this Ghana, how you go do it?
Operation Recover All Loot. Oral for short. John Mahama go investigate all cases of corruption, then prosecute all those found culpable, then retrieve all one stolen assets and funds. They take develop this country.
Sharp! Those way they run the public purse, where they steal one land, they destroy one water bodies on top. Where they walk about, they tell we say make we vote for them, no. We for jail them all. Or they come like a kite.
Vote for change. Vote for John Mahama and the NDC.
All right, you're welcome back to the program now. As a proud official of global betting partner of Arsenal, Betway is bringing you way more new, fun, exclusive package. Place any bet on Arsenal and you will stand a chance of winning exciting monthly prizes from a range of Arsenal jerseys to some memorabilia and more. Not only that, you also will stand a chance of winning a one chance in a lifetime play on the pitch experience at the Emirates Stadiums. Competition ends on the 31st of January 2025, exclusive to Betway. Terms and conditions apply. Is regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana, so play responsibly. Betway, get way more. Now, your Pink Clinic LPM is also telling you that join the Ignite Media with our partners for Breast Cancer Awareness Festival dubbed the Pink Clinic. Today we don't have our, October brooches on, but 25th of October 2024, venue AMA Gardens near Tema Station, Accra, time 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Come and enjoy free breast screening, dental check, chair message, and free general health screening. So that's what you, should be expecting to, enjoy from freely. Breast screening or breast check, dental check, chair massage, and free general health screening. All right, so please take advantage of it. It's on the 25th of October 2024 and at AMA Gardens near Tema Station. AMA Gardens near Tema Station is powered by Ignite Media. Ignite Media is helping you do this month. So bring your family and friends to share and the joy of giving back. Get your pink on. Join the fight. All right. So yesterday, after the ruling, there was a lot of reactions from members of parliament from both sides, or same sides. And then Cynthia Morrison released a statement because we had an earlier indication that she had actually withdrawn from her independent candidature. Cynthia Morrison dismisses claims of backing out of independent bid, and it's captioned, "Debunking false media reports by Honourable Member of Parliament for Agona West constituency has not rescinded the decision to contest as an independent candidate." So it has come to our attention that some media outlets have published misleading reports suggesting that the Honourable Member of Parliament for Agona West constituency has rescinded their decision or her decision to contest as an independent candidate in the upcoming elections. We wish to categorically state that these reports are false and do not reflect the Honourable MP's current position or intentions. Cynthia Morrison, the sitting MP for Agona West, remains committed to serving the constituents and has made no such announcements retracting their decision to run independently. The Honourable MP's dedication to improve the lives of the people of Agona West and advocating for the constituency's development continues to be the foremost priority. Any claims suggesting otherwise are attempts to distort the facts and misinform the public. We urge the media and the general public to disregard these baseless claims and rely on official statements and verified sources for accurate information. Honourable Cynthia Morrison remains focused on championing the needs and aspirations of the people of Agona with the aim of providing sustainable development and inclusive governance. As the elections season draws closer, we encourage supporters and constituents to remain vigilant and not fall prey to propaganda and false news aimed at misleading the electorate. Thank you, issued by the Office of the Honourable Member of Parliament, Agona West constituency. Honourable Member, is this something that you all probably agreed at some point, because we saw it in the pictures and almost everybody was swayed into believing that, yeah, she has indeed withdrawn?
Listen, as a member of parliament, I think that grassroots needs to appreciate the fact that changing what we ascribe to or for does not make us enemies. I mean, today, should Muhammad change to MPP, we'll receive him. Today, if Abuja decides to join MPP, we'll welcome him. So we may be having different approaches to governance, but we're not necessarily, enemies or at loggerheads to that extent that we can't even have the temperament or the patience to stand with somebody with an opposing idea or mind to take a picture. And I think I was very happy to see Afenyomakin, embrace Cynthia Morrison in that fine way, because as it stands, that key song, Nobody Knows Tomorrow, who knows? If Cynthia should win her seat and then decide to do business with the MPP, what happens? Or if she wins and we can prevent her from doing business with the NDC. I mean, so these are things that should be given consideration in our dealings with these people. And who would have thought that Formina MP, after all the victimization we did to him, quote unquote, as a party in 2020, we would have then now see him as a hero. So we have the benefit of what has happened in the past to guide us for the future. And in that spirit, it's important that we, as a family, manage them carefully. And I think many men of God would appreciate the fact that Christ has always been about the lost sheep or the prodigal son. And in every family, there are prodigal sons and daughters. And what's funny is that they even sometimes get the choicest of the loot or the choicest of the gains of the harvest. So these are things that have played out even in the good book. When the son that was home came to see father doing a party for the son that had rather gone away and supposedly squandered or wasted the family's assets. So it's kind of interesting that there are similarities to some of the things that are happening now in politics and to things that have happened in the past in terms of the prodigal son story or the lost sheep, and the fact that Christ said that one sheep left out there is so crucial for the whole church. And in that same vein, Cynthia Morrison or Kujua Asante, who are our lost sheep, are so crucial to us. We would every day endear to them and hope that we can bring them back home so that, they chart the right and straight path. So as it stands, personally, I have to admit, I used to eat Gary Photo from Cynthia, something I miss already. She used to, once in a while bring us. So in a way, I'm putting it out there that, if she can come back home and make us the same Gary Photo, I'll be very happy. But as it stands, we're one family, and though they have declared their intent to run on independent for reasons that I think a lot of people know. Generally, any member or sitting MP who decides to go independent has not been treated fairly by the party. And that is why I think Uncle Pratt was saying that I stand in the same sort of shoes, and he sees me as, very committed or overly committed to the party to have not also gone independent. But I think that, it is out of the pain of the painful experience that some of these members have had. And I won't mince my words. I literally was talking to David Sopoku, the MP for Impriso, and I told him that, he was very prophetic when he was very particular about the contest in Suhum and was very worried that, it shouldn't have happened that the Suhum MP, based on the challenges he had to win that seat, that he be contested. And I think that now, based on, myself and my discussions I had at the time with the Impriso MP, Davis Opoku, OPK, for those who don't.
How is he?
He's doing well. He made it was something that worried him so much, and he would have wished that was not the case. Okay. But today, let me say, the series of decisions that went into that has brought us here, and it's sometimes difficult to talk to Kojo Asante because in one breath you appreciate what he went through. In another breath, too, you would have hoped that he could have heart to really do what I'm doing, and to wait out. Sometimes when you wait out, you succeed. Sometimes you don't. But I also believe that to help Ghanaians is not necessarily only through government per se or through party, and many well-meaning Ghanaians, I hope, can look at it carefully. I've always cited John Kerry in politics, who has gone for many presidential elections and lost. He still has made monumental contributions to America's democracy outside of government. And then I can also cite even Jim Carter, who is, I think, 100 now. He's made monumental things in health for America, though he was not in government. So there's always a path that we need to look at. And I think that many people are just not aware of how to make a contribution, except for maybe through Parliament. But I believe that there are enormous ways in helping Ghanaians through private enterprise or private institutions that then can become, colossal. And not that I like Gami, but I've always cited him as one of the examples. He does dispute resolutions. And mind you, he was in Parliament briefly and took it up as something that he wanted to do. And today, everybody knows who Gami is. And I think that there are many other ways of making a contribution to this country, not necessarily through just MPship and not necessarily through just Parliament. And as it stands now, based on the growth and depth of our democracy, many well-meaning people should look at ways in which, as we sit here, Ghana Medical Association or Ghana Bar Association or architects in this country have associations that need to be empowered. And one thing I took from Obama when he visited Ghana, he said we should strengthen our institutions. So I think that, well-meaning Ghanaians who want to really help this country have the alternative or the other option to really strengthen, for instance, our banking sector. And I can tell you that as we sit here, there are many bills yet to come in this country. Even cybersecurity, which is killing us now in terms of these fraudulent accounts that people make and all of this thing, is a huge deal that I think that there's room for many people to focus in there and help Ghanaians with grandmothers' accounts that are stolen and all these kinds of things. So in concluding, there are very good reasons why people go independent. Everybody has their reason. Large on the list is parties' painful, dish that they hand out to certain members of Parliament, and that is what has brought us here. And I think that though they are gone, in terms of going independent, they are still family. We as a party welcome even the NDC who want to change ship and join us. So how much more a brother, a sister who has left with still roots in MPP. And
he says, greetings to Pastor Adomako Kisi. Pastor Dr. Adomako Kisi. I recognize it and appreciate the challenging position you're in, having to defend the flawed directives of your caucus leadership.
Anyways, I wish him well where he is. I'm happy he's also watching this morning. Yeah, he's a very good friend as well. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm I'll let you come in, but I just want to capture this statement from the Ghana Armed Forces. Yesterday, most of us were questioning why the need for.
We haven't finished with Cynthia Morrison.
Yes, I'll add it to it. You touch on both. So most of us are, we're questioning why we saw the military in Parliament yesterday, and asking why the continuous use of the military in spaces like that. And at this point in time, really, did we need a military? The Ghana Armed Forces, thought it wise to respond to it. The Ghana Armed Forces has noted with concern the circulation of media reports suggesting that the military personnel have been deployed to the Grand Air Arena of the Accra International Conference Center, AICC, to interfere with proceedings of Parliament during the 5th meeting of the 4th session. GAF wishes to emphatically states that these reports are false and should be treated with the utmost contempt. Such misinformation, among other things, tarnishes the reputation of GAF. Now, on Monday, 21st of October 2024, the Speaker of Parliament, Right Honourable Alban Kemford Babin, through the Clerk of Parliament, formally requested security assistance from GAF for routine canine and bomb sweep of the chamber. This standard procedure is conducted on the first certain day of the week, typically Tuesdays, whenever members of Parliament convene outside traditional Parliament House. So it is essential to clarify that GAF personnel were not present at the Grand Arena to interfere with the parliamentary proceedings. Their role was exclusively to conduct these routine sweeps to ensure the safety and security to the facility by checking for any explosives, devices, or harmful substances. GAF remains committed to the welfare and well-being of citizens and will always undertake assignments which are aimed at ensuring the security and safety of all and sundry. So we also urge media outlets to refrain from disseminating false information and to report responsibly on the matters of public interest. It's signed by E. Agrikashi, Brigadier General, Director of Public Relations. Ankwesi, so you can start with Cynthia Morrison and then you touch on the security issue.
Well, I mean, I like to clear two things. I suspect that I know former President John Dramani Mahama very well. I suspect so. Okay. And based on what I know about him, I think it's inconceivable that he would ever join the New Patriotic Party. He would never. I know that as a fact. I've known him over a very long period of time, and I don't think that he will ever join the New Patriotic Party. So that's out of the way. Now, second, I know Honorable Cynthia Morrison quite a bit. And I'm absolutely sure that she will take serious objection to references to her as the lost sheep and prodigal son. I have no doubt at all that she will take serious objection to these references. I don't think that she sees herself as a lost sheep or as a prodigal son. I think what she sees herself doing is clinging on to principle and making sure that nobody bullies her because of the position she has taken as a politician. So I would like to see her as somebody who is passionate about what she believes in and is ready to go to whatever extent is possible in order for her to realize her dreams. That's how I like to see, Madam Cynthia Morrison, Honorable Cynthia Morrison. Again, given indications on the ground, I would not be surprised if she wins the parliamentary seat. I mean, I've been tracking her, and it will be a surprise if she loses. I'm not saying that she's going to win. I'm not saying that she's going to lose. But based on what is happening on the grounds in her constituency, there is a fair chance of her winning the parliamentary seat. And I think that this ought to be taken into consideration. Now, given the two statements we are discussing, for me, what is important is that over the last couple of months, fake news is gaining currency. What is it that makes a manager of a social media platform sit in the comfort of his house or on the street and concoct a story and put it out? What is it?
Mind game.
And some of these fake stories are serious. You understand? Very serious. With very, very dangerous consequences. And it's been happening over the last 3 months. They just concoct stories, attribute it to public personalities, and just put it on the net.
I think the speaker even just released a similar issue because a video that occurred in July was played out yesterday as if it was happening yesterday.
But that's the problem. I mean, last week, I was at home when my attention was drawn to some story that had been placed under house arrest. And it came with a photograph of actually soldiers, jacking me up.
Oh.
Yeah, they manufactured the photograph.
Yeah.
And it looked real?
Well, they might have put my head on
Somebody.
other figure, but there were soldiers around me with my hands behind me and all of that.
Really?
I mean, why? That is my worry. My worry is not what Cynthia Morrison is saying or what the Ghana Armed Forces is saying and so on. Who are these people manufacturing dangerous stories about our country, about our politicians, and about our institutions? And they know that what they're putting out is false. And they're doing it.
Currency.
I think that the national security apparatus should be interested in tracing these unscrupulous, extremely dirty operatives. Because they can cause a lot of trouble. Do you know what one disinformation can do?
It costs some their elections.
Not cost it can actually destabilize the country. Completely destabilize the country. So whoever these people are,
homongers.
And I'm not sure that if we appeal to them, they will change. They won't change. You understand? We need to find them and to make sure that they are not able to operate this
comfortably.
This disinformation machinery that they've set up. Now, you see, it doesn't matter whether such persons are working for government or are working for anti-government forces. Whoever they are in danger. And the security apparatus should be able to deal with them even if they are operating from the Flagstaff House. No matter what they are operating for, whether they are opposition or government, their actions constitute a danger to our already weak democracy. And I think that some action needs to be taken quickly to stop this disinformation machine. Can you imagine what will happen on election day? If this disinformation machine is cranked? Can you imagine what will happen on election day? So nobody should begin to think that they are benefiting from this disinformation madness that's spreading across the country. Nobody benefits from it. We need to shut it down.
Do you think that there's a machinery sitting somewhere organizing and churning out these?
I think so.
You think so?
I strongly think so because of the consistency with which these things are coming. And when they come and the messages they convey, there must be some machinery which is responsible for this level of disinformation, And everybody is a victim. Everybody is a victim. Now, when you see news items,
you have to question it.
You are not sure. Nobody is sure about what is being put out on social media and the newspapers and so on. That is itself a danger. You understand? If you live in a society where you don't know what to believe, that's very dangerous. And I think that we need to pay attention to ending this disinformation, machinery, which has become very, very, very active over the last 3 months.
So, Gilbert has sent this one in. He said that, please ask Doctor why he isn't going independent. He will win his constituency.
It's too late.
Please tell him that he is really loved by foot soldiers. And the super morning to Comrade Pratt. We have missed him so much. Baumia is campaigning hard because he has Donald Trump exact problem. Jail is for criminals. Time is the master. Gilbert has sent that in. This one says that if the declaration by Professor Reverend Aaron Michael Koi was right yesterday, then the ruling of right Honorable Babing must be right today. What is unbelievable is therefore and annoying is a lack of principle by members of the MPP, annoying because they appear to be belittling the intelligence of some of us. Moses Fongbawe sent that in, and he says that the Aseng North was denied representation for months and so for years, yet the Supreme Court ruled constituents of our 4 MPs would be denied representation. The Speaker was not heard, but the Supreme Court ruled, and for honorable members were not heard. This is why more people think the Supreme Court was wrong. Overall, I believe that the majority leader has to tone down and employ his negotiation skills more, you say. So, hello, Annie. We will not sit down for a few individuals to lord over us via turning our constitution upside down just to satisfy the selfish interest. You say we need to applaud the Speaker of Parliament showing maturity, wisdom. He is indeed a special gift from the Almighty God, you say. So, this is from Papa Bisu in Accra. Good morning. I need a decision to to indefinitely adjourn sitting by the Speaker, even though it's problematic considering bills which has to be passed at the functioning of government business now being brought to a halt. The decision at this material moment, I guess, was to calm down tempestuous waters. David Edu sent that in. Okay, so Obama said that let's break it down. I notified that my landlord of my plan to move into a new apartment upon expiration of my tenancy. He, however, served me an eviction notice and threatened to remove my belongings if I don't vacate immediately, citing my new apartment as a reason. So I responded to filing a motion for a stay of execution in court and serving the landlord a copy. The landlord and his family claim that the courts showed bias by quickly granting the stay of execution. Should the court have delayed its decision until after my belongings were removed, and what will be the purpose of the stay at this point? As someone educated in logic, I question whether it's the removal of the contemporary educational circular has caused a decline in logic reasoning capabilities among a particular group of people, you say. Well, that's also what you think or how you think.
This is not a landlord versus tenant matter. It is not.
Okay.
There are clear provisions in the Constitution which needs to be applied, and to reduce it to landlord, tenant matter, and so on.
So with rules of interpretation, also known as rules of construction, are guidelines used to interpret any and apply laws, contracts, and other legal documents. Here are some rules, some key rules. Statutory interpretation. Literal rule interprets the word of a statute in the literal sense. Golden rule avoids absurd or unjust consequences by considering the statute's purpose. Mischief rule considers the problem the statute aims to solve. And contract interpretation I think the statutory interpretation is okay. Contract, I don't need it here now. But general rules. So, edges them generous. That is the same kind. Interprets general terms in light of specific terms. And expression unius est exclusion ulterius. That is expression of one is exclusion of another. Implies inclusion of omitted items. And this is noscitor associs. And as Ambassador Sampiale, thank you for doing this to me. known by its associates, interprets word by their context. So other rules is a rule of lenity that favors the defendant in ambiguous criminal status. Rule of severability allows invalid provision to be severed from valid ones. These rules serve as guidelines for courts and interpreters, ensuring consistency and predictability in legal interpretation. For your guidance only, you say, well, give further explanation to the illustrations. And Dr. Adumako, do not, he omitted do not be sacrilegious. His Excellency Mahama joins NPP for the way. Chia, he asked. Who said Chia? Ambassador Sampiale said that. Let me just take some time to read some more so that I can do justice to you as well. Good morning, Annie. I'm struggling here to understand why the Supreme Court is fully aware of the provision in our Constitution that the Supreme Court's jurisdiction can be invoked to give interpretation to such matters only when they are referred to the High Court, and yet it still went ahead to entertain Afenyo Makin's writ. So I shudder to say that if Ghana will burn or move forward, it will be dependent on the actions and inactions of the trusted state institutions such as judiciary. Sam Kelly from East Legon sent this in. Afenyo Makin is only interested, let me read from here, is only interested in protecting his portfolios as majority leader and not government business. So to work. So nobody should blame the NDC. Alhaji Haruna is the one that thinks so. Are you sure? But he also would be affected if government businesses actually stalls. Evans Danko says that, how do Ghanaians describe the corrupt NPP led by President Nanado and Bawumia? The 2016 Bawumia told us that when the fundamentals are weak, the exchange will expose you. So at this time, that the inflation rate of the Ghana cedi is 14.6%. Is it 14.6? No. 16. Oh, inflation. Is that inflation? Okay. Okay. Inflation. Yeah. Okay. Fortunately for Ghanaians who bought the economic theory and the time, blah blah blah. I think you're talking about the serious economic fundamental. Thank you for the messages. But there's a lawyer that sent me something I wanted to capture. Okay. He says, good morning, Annie. The Constitution of Ghana under Article 99 provides the mode or the institution clothed with power and jurisdiction to declare a seat in Parliament vacant. If any political party thinks that a member in the party has decided to contest election as independent candidate, it is up to the party or any other person to go to the High Court for any other declaration to be made. It is not within the Speaker's right to declare it.
It's not true.
A careful reading of Article 97, Clause 1G and H talks only about what that individual affected should do. So hence, if the individual fails to do, then anyone can take the matter up at the High Court for that person's seat to be declared vacant. Based on this, I can say that the Speaker acted ultra vires in the Constitution. The Supreme Court also, though under Article 129 Clause 4, can sit as High Court, should have declined the invitation to stay execution of the Speaker's ruling, since same was not a court order. So a proper application that should have been filed was an injunction to restrain the Speaker from executing his orders given on that Thursday. Maxwell Asari Brediako Esquire send this in. Maxwell,
this is not true.
Good morning. It's not true, or you don't want to go by that
It's not true. The only power clothed with authority for declaring seats vacant is the Speaker. It's not the High Court.
The final.
Yes, it's the Speaker. And throughout our history from 1992, only speakers have been declaring seats vacant.
Only that it is richer when also the High Court has added their voice.
I disagree.
How do you mean it's richer?
I mean, well, let me say that, it's like winning a case in the lower court and winning the same thing in the Supreme Court. That's what I mean by that. Then it means that it's not just one court that has appended their signature. That's sort of what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Because the more courthouses that gives you a positive, then it means that truly, clearly, you are in the right. So, or 6 justices as opposed to 2 varying opinion or dissenting opinion. Yeah.
Okay. Ankwesi, Robert Coleman is sending his greetings to you.
Oh.
He says that I'm happy to see Ankwesi back. Let him know, and I wish him well and good health. So good morning to you.
Yeah, Robert,
yes.
Thanks for your concern and thanks for everything.
Yes. Okay.
One great friend,
Really?
Yeah, Robert.
Are you surprised?
Who
his friends are?
I'm shocked. Like Robert Coleman and Kwesi Pratt.
Yeah.
At variance, eh?
No.
But it happens.
But unfortunately, the friends also include Annie herself.
Then that's good.
Nobody is surprised.
So you balance,
Nobody will be surprised to know that, I am Kwesi Pratt's
baby.
Pet. Prosper, good morning to you. I've seen your message, but he says that I should tell Nabradumako, his in-law, that the Google Microsoft analogy to what's happening in Parliament is a mismatch. And let's mismatch the show. Let me go for a break. When I come back, I will have Trent's man with me, the star boy. The issue of Erastus Asare-Donko and his team being attacked. We wanted to touch on it, but I think tomorrow we'll find some time and deal with it, because we were just carried away by the Parliament's developments and all that, but that's not fair. So we'll deal with it maybe tomorrow as we find out the updates of what's happening to Erastus and his team, if they are getting well, by health, as we continue to fight the issue of the Galamsey menace. We'll be back shortly.
Hey guys, so I got this app. It's called Ayoba. It's a chat app that helps me with beauty tips and cooking tips. A super app that feeds me music and the latest sports content. I even use it for my studies. And the good news is I don't need to use my data bundle because I'm on MTN. Charlie, the app just did be.
Ayoba, the all-in-one app that lets you chat, call, read, play, pay and listen. Use Ayoba at no data cost on MTN. Download Ayoba now.
Hey, the food be fire. You hear say Electoral Commission they do some exhibition things?
Exhibition? What be that one too again?
This are EC and their big English. Is this exhibition even necessary?
I don't know, self. Look, isn't that our boss from the EC? Okay, my people.
I couldn't help but overhear your discussion about the upcoming exhibition. Let me explain 1 or 2 things to you. You see, the officers who register voters are human beings. They are not machines. You understand? So sometimes they might make mistakes when entering your information.
So how would this affect us?
You might live in Kaswa, but then they would accidentally select Ayawaso as your district. Or even they can mark you as a female when you are a man.
Assemble.
Go and check that your name is in the register. Say, with details of a correcto perfecto. That is why we are doing this registration.
What if my name isn't there at all?
My brother, don't worry at all. You can ask ask them for your name to be included in the register once you have your voter's ID card. You can also ask for the correction of a wrong sex. You are male, but they have written that you are female. So you give it to them and they correct it on the card for you.
Really?
Go and fix it very quickly. Who's how you're Bema? Now we'll catch you with female. Where? Remember, we all make mistakes. That be why the laws they make provision for the exhibition. So say the EC go fit correct all the errors. The EC they ensure say we get clean and credible register. So make you go check your details quick crowd. Or you go fit dial the short code *711*51#. So say you go check your details. You check in there, you go fit check till the elections. The 2024 voters register not there. It be finchim correcto perfecto.
Papa Sammy, I beg if you find something small, give us.
Bro Sammy, you see, don't be say boys no one do nothing and just they rely on handouts. Just no deal.
I understand your hassle. Hope they come. John Mama they come do the national apprenticeship program where he go sort you guys.
Brother Sammy, waiting with that.
John Mama knows say no be everybody way won't work for office.
Like me.
That one day is true.
Under the national apprenticeship program, young men and women where they won't learn craft will be enrolled under the program and attached to a senior craftsman who will train them for free.
I beg you, mechanic day inside. Me like this. I don't want to learn mechanical, but the course no.
Mechanics day inside. Organizing, dressmaking, fabric making, catering, hairdressing, tiling, painting. What they even sweet about this whole thing they say, when you plead, the NDC government go make sure say they go give you certificate where you go fit take go look for job anywhere.
That's sweet. Oh, that's be one waffle.
Another one waffle thing be say, when you plead, the NDC government go set you up with startup capital and equipment to make sure you can start your own business.
Wow! I dey go shopping my town wait 7th December.
Vote for change. Vote for John Mahama and the NDC.
Welcome back. Just remember that Pink Clinic is coming off on the 25th of October at AMA Gardens, so we're told. Starboy.
Yeah, and that's why I'm in pink today. So
what's up with the voice?
Yeah, just a little bit of cold. I'm okay. So pink. On Friday, Pink Clinic. That's what Annie just talked about. Make sure you come by with your wives, your girlfriends, your aunties, your mothers, your sisters, so that they could be screened. Of course, that's part of our way to increase the awareness on breast cancer. So welcome aboard to the segment this morning. Well, let's begin from East Legon, where this morning a really sad situation is happening, and that is one of the ladies who was in that vehicle and died. Justine Agbenu is her burial service is taking place this morning. It's a really, really sad thing. As you have, people coming around to commiserate with the family, and Charlie. So from there, some of the comments coming in on social media, we'll get into them right away. This one says, "My heart bleeds anytime I see any news concerning these two innocent ladies who lost their lives." And this one says that my heart aches anytime I see news about them. Rest in peace. May her soul rest in peace, and condolences to the family. Uncle OBGH writes in that. And this one says, "This makes me so sad. How can someone be this careless? Now a kid has lost her life for no reason." Annie, really sad one.
I thought Najabari would be trending with this updates.
Nadia.
Yeah.
And when she said, well, this one cannot be forgiven.
Mm-hmm. Forgiveness is a very, complicated. And I always say that when it comes to the Bible, those who believe in the Bible will know that everything the Bible asks you to do is difficult. That's why it urges you to do. So how to do is the problem.
It's the problem.
Yes, because can you imagine if parents of this family, of these young ladies who are passed, will say, okay, we're forgiving him. And you see their pictures on a daily basis and you shed tears. Is it forgiveness or what exactly is it?
It's a really...
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
And over the weekend,
that we asked the man to shut up and he has shut up. We don't want to hear him. We don't want to hear him next Sunday.
Okay.
Commenting on this matter.
I mean, what he said on Sunday was very reckless, unnecessary.
Again, you can be sure. You can be sure that Ghanaians will mass up against him. He shouldn't try it again.
Very, very unnecessary.
If he has just lost his humanity, to be honest, I'm still not over his comments. How could you?
I thought for a moment,
how could you?
The video where he recorded, saying that he was sorry was just going to be the end of everything. But to go ahead and make those statements in church on Sunday.
A man of God, supposedly, so unprincipled, so inhumane. What kind of I'm surprised at those who are still in his church.
And already,
I am.
And already,
no, I am. Because why? You have murdered. This is murder. I always say that if you have done something that you have taken an action that will lead to death. How do I put it? I said that if you are driving without license, that is an attempt to commit suicide or to commit murder. It's as simple as that.
All right. So on that,
you don't have the license to drive. So why are you driving?
Anyway, really sad thing. We'll give you some update on this particular one. But of course, away from that, let's get to Parliament. The comments on Parliament and everything that's happening yesterday. Very interesting scenes from the House after the Speaker, the Honourable Speaker,
raising this issue doesn't even want me to talk about Parliament. It's crazy.
Let me just read a few of the comments. This one says, to obey the court there, he go agenda Parliament, smartest Speaker ever. And moving on, this one says that you all should start considering CPP. Now, this NDC and NPP people aren't it. We'll see in December. The NPP should have liaised with the Speaker, probably with the help of the President behind closed doors, when they heard a decision like that was forthcoming, but they folded their arms and watched it happen. So those are some of the comments about yesterday's happenings in Parliament. And that's how we'll be wrapping up on the segment today. Many thanks for joining us. My name is Desi the Starboy. We're back on Friday.
I'm wrapping it up for you. The pastor, what's his name?
Bishop Salifu Amako.
Bishop Salifu Amako.
Yes.
If he tries that nonsense again and makes those comments, those irresponsible comments again, he will see us messing up. I mean, we have too many problems to deal with. And you are compounding the problems by telling us that your son didn't, so what, we should wait for your son to pick a gun. We can imagine how many people your son will gun down if he picks a gun.
At least even with a gun, it's a one shot, you probably could die from that. I'm just saying, but the situation that these ladies had to...
Son, you know, when they say the apple does not fall far from the tree.
Anyway, reckless statements, we're praying and hoping that it doesn't happen again. May her soul rest in peace.
He shouldn't make those irresponsible comments again. We don't have the power to bring back the lives.
Yeah, we can only commiserate with the family.
The only thing we can do is just let the family know that Ghana is behind. And obviously, this has become a national interest.
Yeah.
Accidents have been happening on a daily basis, but this has become because it's so avoidable.
The manner in which it happened, everything. So a cruel way to die. So that's it for the trends. Annie.
If someone did that to his son, will he be happy? Like, I don't want to close this. I'm so upset. But we'll see you tomorrow.
Metro TV and the Ignite Media Group with our partners for the annual Breast Cancer Awareness Festival, the Pink Clinic, where hope and community comes together. Mark your calendar.